I just needed to talk to you guys this morning. It's 7:05, and I'm gonna be playing games for a couple minutes. But I had the weirdest dream last night. It was like a part vision, part scientific freaking thing, and it really got me. I think you guys have seen that movie, The O, The Zero, something like that. But it's basically this girl, and she's like possessed, and she's going around killing people, whoever comes in her way, I guess. I haven't really watched the movie a whole lot because last time I watched that I was 6. I'm 15 now. It's my true age. Don't judge me. Anyways, so I was doing that, just watching the dream, just taking my normal course, and all of a sudden my mom comes in the dream, and she's with us. And then I'm going to go back for you guys just for a second to talk about it. I was with like PewDiePie and CutiePie, and we were on an adventure just to see what was in this old shack, because there was a bunch of trains at this old military research facility. I'm assuming it was a military research facility because it had like a shit ton of trains and a whole lot of weird explosive military gadget things. And so we go into this part of the room where it's these two computers, very, very, very old computers. Like, I want to say, like, the very first computer that was ever made with a camera. And so we go into the room, and it has a camera. I look into the computer because the screen's all red. And so I look into the camera while CutiePie and PewDiePie are going into the next bedroom, or the next room. And they're like, wow, this room is really cool. And then when I look into the computers restart, and the lights start flickering in that room. So I'm like, fuck, we gotta get out of here. And as soon as I start running, it switches to a theme to where I'm not in there anymore. We're in the actual time of when the scientists were there. And it appears that the scientists were studying that girl from the movie. And so I kind of got freaked out. I almost woke up. But I continued to watch what was happening in my dream because it was getting really interesting. Anyways, we go into this room, and we're with this chick now, and except it's me and my sister and my mom. And so we're going into the next room, and we decided that the next 3 rooms we went into were boring, and we wanted to leave. And so we told the lady that worked there, hey, this is boring, we want to leave now. And she said, oh, okay, let me show you one more last room. We go into a room called the test room, where they test the girl, because she's apparently a ghost, not an actual being anymore. And so we go into that room. Excuse me. And she apparently is being tested on. And they needed a volunteer, and they were going to volunteer like a frickin' 4-year-old. 4-year-old or a 6-year-old, I remember one of those two. My mom got possessed by her for volunteering, and I was off exploring the rest of the place just because I was wondrous about what would happen. And so we explore the place, and guess what? My sister disappears. And so I'm like, oh great, I wonder what room she went in, because she was apparently with me. And so that girl I talked about earlier that was helping us out and that worked at the place, she was walking with me, and I'm like, hey, where did my sister go? And she's like, oh, she went into the special room. I'm like, what special room? And so I think this was about an hour long, because I remember waking up for a second and looking at the time. It was like 2:37 a.m. Fuck, I really hate myself for waking up because I'm still kind of tired. But I just want to include that this video won't be edited. This is going to be a straight up video of the freakiest dream I think I've ever had. Anyways, so we go into that room. She's being tested on. I say, no, get her out of there. I don't want her in there. I don't want her to die. And so she says, okay, I'll make you a deal. And I said, all right, what's the deal? She says, I will give you your mom back, but your sister will have to leave this world. I say, no, I want both of them back, and I'll give you money for it if you come back with both of them. And she's like, oh, okay. And so I disappear. I wake up again. It's 5:37. I'm like, great, now I have to wake up in about, I don't know, 40 minutes. 1 hour and 40 minutes. And so we go ahead and I go ahead and fall back to sleep. Instantly turns back on the dream. And so when I go into that dream, this happens. Now the doctor apparently is the mom for the 6-year-old. And so we go, and I'm walking with her. She turns the wrong corner, and I go into the test subject room, which is where that girl that's not possessed and doesn't have a body, but she's still a demon or a spirit, whatever you want to call it. And my sister is in the room, and she said that the doctor said that her neck snapped when she was possessed. And so I'm like, oh, okay. And I go into the next room where my mom is, and we look in that room. My mom's okay. Hold on, I'm looking at something. Anyways, and so my mom's okay. They said that they wanted to keep her in containment for 3 more days, just because she was possessed. And even though she may seem like she's my mom, they want to keep her in the chamber for a few. And so I said, okay. And so this woman taps my shoulder and says, your mom wanted me to take care of you if this happened. And supposedly it did. And so I said, okay. And it was the daughter of the 6-year-old, and so we started walking out of the building with her. And apparently it wasn't her. Apparently it was another woman. But she's not the scientist. She was never the scientist. And so I said, okay, let's just do this then. And I asked the scientist, hey, how do you exit the building? And she saw the girl and the 6-year-old behind me, and she's like, oh, just take the stairs up on the upper left, right where the computers are that you looked into. I'm like, okay, thanks. We exit the building. And as soon as we catch up with the 6-year-old that's outside of the building, she's like, you don't look too happy. And I'm like, yeah, my mom's possessed. And she's like, oh, that's too bad. I'm sorry for you. I'm like, yeah, it was pretty hard. And so we're about to exit the full area, and we walk up to the exit door. It's covered in vines, and it looks like it hasn't been used for 40 or 50 years. And she looks at me again and taps me on the shoulder, the little girl. Except she didn't tap me on the shoulder, so I shouldn't be saying again. She taps me on the shoulder. Didn't say again. taps me on the shoulder, and we she says, well, at least you got through this all fully and fine. And I said, yeah, true. And she said, I got you a souvenir. I said, what's a souvenir? She said, it's a souvenir that will take you to anything you want. So the dream switches over to my grandma's house, and I'm apparently possessed too, and really I'm not. And so I'm in my grandma's house, and I'm staying with her for a few months. And then she comes to me and says, you'll be stuck here for about a year. And so I said, okay. And this weird girl comes in, this weird Asian girl comes in. Perky. That's what I remember. She was perky. I said that out loud in my dream. I felt bad. Anyways, so she says, I'm going to get you out of here. I said, okay, and my sister comes into the dream again, and we grab all the stuff we can, and we leave, and my grandma's like, you guys are leaving. You guys took all the stuff that I only had of you, Nick. And I'm like, so the fuck what? You ain't going to do shit. My sister's like, go on the roof, like the way you got out before. I said, alright, and I climbed out there, and that's how the dream ended. But yeah, quite a twisted vision I had. Quite a fucking weird dream if you add that into it too. Anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to me. It helps me out a lot. Anyways, guys, I'll talk to you later. I might have some more on this dream stuff. Who knows? If it does, I'll try and make some books on it when I'm older. I'll look through these videos and be like, oh shit, I should have made a book on that. But anyways, I'll make some books on them in the future. Anyways, keep doing what you're doing, guys. Don't give up. And peace.